Violet Evergarden episode 10 is the saddest episode in anime history, which completely destroyed, distressed, broke, and made me ugly cry. The level of impact this episode had, and the brilliance behind the story, and the way a mother's love was portrayed towards her daughter is so phenomenal that not only I think it is the saddest but also one of the best anime episodes I have seen. That is, if I were to make a top 10 anime episodes list, I would definitely include this one on the list. Now, if you haven't watched this 13 episodes plus one movie masterpiece, that is Violet Evergarden, then my friend, you are missing out on some peak fiction drama, slice of life, and historical romance. So beware of the spoilers if you haven't watched it. So the episode starts with a small girl playing with her doll when our protagonist, who's a auto memory doll whose name is Violet, starts approaching near the small girl. Seeing that the little girl thinks she is some bad news, she goes to her mom and we get to know that the name of the little girl is Ann. Her mom is talking to some people when she barges in. When those people start leaving, they talk about something that they want to offer the mansion, and till this point we don't actually get what exactly is happening. Violet then enters the mansion, says the little girl's mom had an appointment with Violet and that their contract is 7 days in length. The innocent little girl, that is Ann, keeps thinking that she is not human but actually a pig doll and asks her mom what are they planning to do. Her mom tells that she wanted to write letters to someone who's far away. Until this point we don't know who that person is. After that, the moment they were about to start writing the letters, Ann's mom does not feel well, so they postpone it to some other time. Ann gets worried about her mother and wants to stay beside her mom, but her mom tells to entertain the guest. Ann tries to play with Violet. The next day they start writing the letters and Ann observes from the window. She then notices her mother crying after reading the letter. The following night, Ann goes to Violet's room and asks her, are they really going to continue writing these letters for 7 days, and who exactly they're writing the letter to? Violet, however, refuses to answer who they are writing to because of client confidentiality. Ann then tries to think and say it can't be for her father since he's already dead after fighting in a war which reveals she only has a mother. Violet then convinces her to go to sleep. For the next few days, Ann gets closer to Violet and enjoys her company, but it gets revealed later that all the things she has been doing with Violet, she wants to do with her mom. But her mom is always resting on the bed since she is not well. Then on the final day when they were about to finish writing these letters, her mother collapses again. Ann then rushes to her mom and lets out all of her feelings and asks her mom who are they writing this letter, and if that person is that important, then why don't that person comes to visit her mom who is always sick, and are these letters more important than her child? Her mother answers that there is no one more important than her child. Ann then says to her mom that she is always full of lies. She was supposed to get better soon, but she is still not well. Ann says that she'll be alone if her mom is gone and asks how much time do they really have together, and if they have so less time, then why don't she spend that time with her child instead of writing these letters? Ann then runs in tears and goes out of the house. Violet tells her that there is a good reason why they have been doing this, and though this will be painful for Ann, Violet says she is a wonderful girl, but Ann regrets and says she is not because she made her mom cry. She breaks down and starts hitting Violet as she's crying. Ann says that it's Ann's fault that her mother is ill, but Violet assures that it was nobody's fault and nothing can be done about it. After a while, they finally complete all the letters and Violet starts leaving their house as she says goodbye to everyone. Ann realizes that she is not a doll and she wasn't a bad news either. She was a kind and gentle person. Ann wishes if she could get to read the letters and wonders who they were for. Ann then goes back to her mom to play with her. We get to see some moments of them enjoying together and how those moments slowly start vanishing. And then the unfortunate moment finally arrives. Her mom passes away. Suddenly after that, we get to see it's Ann's 8th birthday today and a letter has arrived. The letter says, "Dear Ann, happy 8th birthday. I'm sure that there are many things that make you sad. You may be crumbling under the weight of your responsibilities, but don't give in. Even if you are so lonely that it makes you cry, please don't forget that mom loves you always." And that was the moment I was devastated. We get to see another letter saying happy 10th birthday. Then we get to see another letter saying happy 18th birthday, so and so on. The fact that all those letters which were written by her mom were actually for her child made me cry ugly. All the letters had some message for her child. One of those letters said, "I hope you know that it's okay to cry once in a while, even as an adult. Whenever you are anxious or afraid, remember that I'll always be here, and I'll always and forever be watching over you." So for the next 50 years, these letters are supposed to be delivered every year on the birthday of Aunt Magnolia. And this was one of the most dramatic and heartbreaking 20-minute I've ever experienced in fiction. Now it's not like it had a bad ending or anything. I was really happy to see that Aunt married someone who loved her and they even had a baby together. But the moment it was revealed that all those letters written by her mother were actually for her, and when she was reading all those letters, I could not hold back my tears. Writing a letter to someone for 50 years was something I could never imagine. Even when recording this video, I could not bring myself to watch the episode properly, so I just kept the episode paused and tried to understand with the help of subtitles. And even after that, I cried in the middle of writing the script for this video. So this is what I consider to be the saddest episode in the history of anime. Now, many people would say that there are more sad episodes than this that I get, but what makes this really different is those two characters, the mother and her child, were sidecast, and it was independent of the main story is what made it a big deal. I mean, it's not like I never cried more than this. I did. For me, the most I've cried over a fiction was in an anime called Clannad. The thing is, those episodes are mostly connected and the build-up is great. But what Violet Evergarden did with these two sidecasts and the thing that it was an independent story is something I personally don't think any anime had done this to me. Even anime like One Piece and Naruto, they have delivered some of the saddest stories for this sidecast, but I still think there was build-up of so many episodes and connection. But this is phenomenal. Without any build-up or connections, this was the saddest 20 minutes in the history of anime, which made me ugly cry.